Hello and welcome. Today I have a guest with me. Hello, Sylvia.
Hello, Simon.
I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
Yeah, that's great. Sylvia, Andrea. Yeah.
That's Andra.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have not. Yeah, but that's not the topic. So I would like to have a chat with you about the access bars. How did you get to come across the bars and what did it change in your life and in your family's life? I wonder.
No, that's great. Yeah, it's a great topic. First of all, thank you so much for this call. I think it's a great opportunity to spread the word of bars because I think it's just really a potent body process, and I think everybody should know about it. And the way I came across with bars is through a friend of mine. She was just telling about it, and for the first moment, I felt like this. Okay, I need to try this. And actually, before going on any treatment, I was going on bars class for the first time. So I haven't got any bars treatment before that. So only the bars class. Um, and I haven't felt anything during the bars class. I got two sessions, and I gave two sessions, and I haven't felt basically anything. So yeah, it was weird for me because I was expecting, sensations and stuff, but I haven't sensed anything. And then I just started to feel like a kind of relaxation after it. And then couple of, I don't know, weeks just passed by, and I haven't noticed anything. But when I encountered again a kind of a conflicting situation, I was acting differently. So and it was just so significant the difference because I was able to calm, and I didn't have any anxiety in that situation. But before that, I used to have. So I was like, okay, well, it might be the bars because I was read about it that it can have the like have an effect like this.
Mhm.
And then I started to give the bar sessions to my families and friends just to try it out and to practice it because I cannot explain, but I was sensing a kind of calling in the direction of bars, and not only getting sessions but also gifting and giving. So what I realized with the people that I have a session with is like the sense of peacefulness and calmness and the sense of deep relaxation. And actually, I started to do a little research on my own. So I was asking each person I was giving a bar session after a couple of days, weeks, how did they feel? And some of them also haven't noticed any body sensation, but they also felt that something has changed in their life, but they couldn't even explain what, but like a very subtle change, like in the mindset, and also a kind of like this peaceful mindset, like in general. So they also encountered the same like me. Whenever they went into a conflicting situation, they just started to act a bit differently, and it was very subtle in the beginning. And um, and then I started to work with it, like I integrated in my praxis. So I was started to like doing as a business. And the people who came, and it's actually it was actually for me a difference to get money for it, because the people who paid for it, they actually sensed, like they encountered even bigger changes than
Mm.
the one that I just gifting and just wanted to try. So it was different, and maybe it's just an interesting point of view. I don't want to give any fixation with this, but and one lady, she came to me and she was so, I don't know, stressed out, burned out. Like you can literally feel like her vibes, like she was just vibrating in a very stressful way and very exhausted. And during the bar session, she she felt like she's going to a totally different place. And after it, she was like this really peaceful, very, very relaxed, in a very relaxed state. And then she was just texting me after, I don't even know, a week or something, that, oh my God, I don't know what did you do to me, but she actually started to like feel the sensation that she's like clicked into her place, and she was starting to communicate her needs way better than before. So she came to the second one and the third one, and after the third one she told me that like the communication part was just so, something has changed in that part, because she was like all of a sudden she was saying out things that she wasn't there to say out before. So like she was, and she was also surprised. She told me that, Sylvia, I don't know what did you do to me, but I'm just having this kind of, I just can't keep stuff inside. So like kind of a channel just opened to her to express her truth and her authenticity. So it also created some little change, little conflict within her family, because before that, the family got used to it, that she's okay with everything. She doesn't say anything to stuff. And then all of a sudden she started to have an opinion. And so she came to the fourth one and on, and it actually get so balanced that she has like all of the conflicts around the communication in her family is just smoothed out, and now it's fine, and now everybody accepted that she also has an opinion and has a voice, and she's just like so much better to express herself, also to the audience, to the publicity, and also to her family. So it's just, and it's very, very hard to express what bars can do to a person, because I can see it's different for each person, although there are some common points. But yeah, so, and go back to my experience, I used to have so much fear around like just talking in public, talking in videos, like even recording myself. It's just, I was so shy. Like, trust me, like I was just hiding in the little corner and nobody should see me. But bars did to me that I can express so much more myself. And I started to don't care about what other people's think about me. And not in a place where you just, I don't give a shit what people think about me, but like in a sense of acceptance that that's me, and that's fine that I'm like this. And if somebody else doesn't really like it, that's also fine. Not everybody needs to like me. So like this was the biggest impact for me with bars, that I was actually able to come out, because it was
Mm.
a really big topic for me. Yeah.
I know, like that. A lot of people say like that shyness change. You get just a such different sense of you, and there's no proving. Like if you have you, you don't have to make anything solid. If you have more of you, you're just be more, and yeah, that gives a self-confidence. And I also love your story about people that are having sleeping issues that now sleep very well and deep.
Yeah, that's my husband, and that's the other story that I love to tell all the experiences, but his experience is just mind-blowing for me, because first of all, he's a very skeptic person. Like, trust me, he's like rejecting everything that is like that you can't comprehend with logic, and like everything. And we had a lot of fights in the beginning of our relationship, with me being like this energetic person and stuff like this, and he's like totally down to earth and grounded. And I was just asking him, because he used to suffer from sleeping problems, meaning like he took like 1.5 hours to fall into sleep. Like, just imagine how much stress you can have. And it's been like this, or it had been like this for his entire life. Okay, so it's like really something that not just came up and then disappeared, but he's been living like this forever before. And I just asked him, can I just run your bars like every day? Can we just do a little research? Like, can you be my, guinea pig,
Guinea
or
pig,
how
yeah.
does it go? Yeah. And then he said, well, yeah, well, I don't care. I don't believe in this. But he actually was was ready or was willing to just lay down and let me run his bars. Like, and he just said, you know what? I don't know what you do, and I don't believe in it, but I actually just like lying down here. And I was like, okay, you don't need to do anything. So I was started to run his bars like basically every day. And he's just a side note, he's probably having some ADHD symptoms. It's not confirmed, but really look like. And I was like, what if it can help with it? So let's just try it out and do a research. And I was asking him 2 months, can I just run your bars every day for 2 months? And he's like, well, okay. So we started with a 1 hour session and it was too much for him. If any ADHD person watch this video, they know that they can't stand still for like this long. So he was just started to move like this and stuff and asked me to stop it. And I just realized that 20 minutes is just his limit. So I was running his bars actually for only 2 weeks every day. And then after 2 weeks, oh, I don't want this, or just avoiding it. So it was not even 2 months. It was 2 weeks, and then after once in a while. And he hasn't sensed anything. Nobody sensation. He was just laying down and he only said, oh, okay, I just feel chilled. That's all. And after we just noticed that actually like he's tracking his sleeping on his watch, and it used to be like the deep sleep like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, or 0 minutes, so it's like very bad, and it should be around 1 hour and like around 1 hour plus. And we just started to see that his deep sleep like all of a sudden went up to 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hours. This is so something has changed that has never been so high like that time. So it was one thing. And then the other thing is like he just noticed, and it was like months after, I don't even know, like 2 months after, 3 months after, we just noticed that he's just falling to sleep so much faster than before. And he's like not struggling this 1.5 hour or so. And I was like, okay, man, maybe it was the bars. Well, I knew it was the bars. And he wasn't confessed it. And then there was one thing, one very important thing. He wasn't able to sleep by my side. I know it's a bit private stuff, but I can just share because it's also significant. Because he was annoyed by any movement. So he was like his brain and his nervous system was so alert that any kind of movement was bothering him. So we actually, like many times, we went into bed, and then after half an hour, he went into another bed to sleep in the same room. And like after many, 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 many years of sleeping like this, we also just noticed after a couple of weeks that, man, you've been sleeping next to me like for I don't even know what 2 weeks or so. So it was like you can't even imagine how what a big change is this for us, because like being a couple, being a married couple, you're not able to sleep with your husband because of any issues, it was a bit hard actually, but I already accepted, and now it seems it totally changed. So yeah, I think it was a really big one. Um,
Mm.
yeah.
This is so inspiring. And like there are so many amazing stories of people what they accomplish with bars or what can change. And yeah, I'm like like you, I'm never say this will happen for you because if you put a projections or an expectation out there like this will happen, it's like you put on the blinders and then people just look to okay, let's see if this will happen or not. No, like every session does something for sure, but whatever is to be evolved in the moment, I would say. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Would you like to share your experiences with the bars? What it changed in your life?
It changed my whole life. It's like not just once. So I started, as I was coming across the bars was I was doing a network marketing and I was doing everything right. Like I followed the steps. I did the one, two, three. But after a while, I was so bored because like I'm such a creative person. But even me forcing myself to do all the right steps every day, I wasn't becoming successful. And I had that money was such an issue for me. I'm like, I have to have my own money. Like I was really with the partner at the time I was together with. He was financing everything. And for every 20 euros buying food, I had to ask him. And yes, I learned to receive. That was great. But I just knew this is not the life I want to create. I would like to have my own money with my own choices and I was like so surprised. I was so enthused about the business, but I was not able to become successful. I'm like, where are the breaks here? Like something, it's not possible that I have so much enthusiasm for the business and I cannot make money from it. Like it's just off. Like something is not going together here. Like, and what I also could notice, I was inspired by everything, but I had not had that leadership part really figured out. Like I was, as a self-employed person, you just need to change the energy that you really, yeah, grow in you. And that I could see that was missing. Like, and then like a friend of mine told me, come to a bars class. And I was really frustrated enough to try everything because I just knew like things need to change here. That's not what I would like to keep going and having in my life. And then after that one day, there was a peace and a calm in my world I cannot describe. I still remember 10 years later, I was sitting on the floor just with the earth and like, wow, what was that? There was no thoughts anymore, no sorrows, no thinking about money, no nothing. I was peace, calm, gratitude, like an engagement with my body. I could perceive me. And I knew this is what I was searching for my whole life, not even knowing what I was searching for me, like the real true me. And that started to show up with bars. So, and 6 weeks later, there was the foundation, like the following class after bars. There's like so many more amazing universes that are opening up. But then there's the foundation, and I just knew I had to be there. I knew, like, and I mean, the mind would say, you don't have the money, you can't do that. But I knew whatever it takes, I'm gonna be there. This is good stuff. Without even like there was no cognitive checklist, like, this gives me this. No, it was just a knowing of I had to be there. And I was willing to be and do everything to create and actualize the money for that. I was gifting sessions like an insane person, like and I was willing to receive money for it and like do all kinds of like asking questions, following the energy and allowing the money to show up. So
Yeah, yeah, your story is really inspiring actually, because you were really there to take the next step and the next step and the next step. And you've been doing this for 10 years, 10
yeah,
plus.
it's 2014 and I have since the beginning, I've done one class a month. I received like, and I just knew like first was found like bars, then I was foundation, then I went for a 3-day body class, and then I was dancing with the molecules, and I went to an ESC and ESP. Like I did once, like ask me how I did that with the money. I was just willing to choose and go. And yes, there was like I can remember one time I was like, yeah, asking for doing a class, and then there was an impulse, like I was had met a friend of a friend. And I was like in their surrounding. I'm like, I could just ask her to run her bars and yeah, offer her a session. And then my mind was like, you can't do that. It's like you cannot just call someone, would you like to have a session? It costs la la la. Like this is so not okay to do. Like I was really like devil and angel discussing in my head. And then like, yeah, but what is it was clearly an impulse what I can be and do to create the money for the next step, right? And I was discussing with myself, and at the end, I was like, but wait, it was clearly I'm asking for money. This is what shows up as a possibility. I can just ask her, and she still has the choice to say, no, I don't like this. I hate you. I will never have to do anything with you. But I didn't know the person. It's like, it is just a choice, and she has choice too. It's not that you force people. Like, I'm just offering, and then they can choose. And she was like, oh, I would love to. She was happy. Like, we had a great afternoon, great experience for both of us. So it's just oftentimes the mind that tells you, you can't do this. This is not okay. Why not? Like, why would I control what another person will say? No, I have to give them the choice. Would you like it or not? And they only know when I offer it.
Yeah, exactly. I just have a practical question. So we record this video or we record this talk, but when we will share it, it's going to be one person on the screen. Would you
Both.
like to? We will be both on it?
Hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah. And this is actually really inspiring me in you that you are such a presence, like you offer something and you give the choice to the other person and you don't judge. And that's what I really like it because I can I came across with some people who's like still having some judgments and points of views about me choosing it or me not choosing what they offer. And like what I sense from you, like is just the total allowance. Whatever I choose, you are fine with it, and but you also ready to offer it. So I think it's just I think like and come back to bars is like really helping to like bars can really help eliminate those second thoughts and second questions that you have in your mind like before doing anything. And then it's not in a way like you just don't think and you just do the stuff and you just ask the other person, but like in a way that you actually really realize inside that you can't lose anything if you ask the other person if they want to come to your class or not. Like so like yeah, yeah. And I have another I don't know what type of person you are. How do you like to get feedbacks from people who had the bar session with you? But I am the person who's actually really like to go into the details and ask them about every single stuff they experience. How do you
I
feel?
never ask
You never
because
answer.
I know bars will find its way on most of the things you cannot catch with your mind. And if I ask them how it is, I engage their thinking. But I know most of the things that are showing up are in the body, are in the alive, in the being. It's not necessarily the mind. So I do it even the opposite around. I say, like, you know what, just go for a walk, enjoy your body, let it unravel, let like be with you.
Yeah, I think it's a nice thing that we're different in this sense because I feel like, and maybe, yeah, I just don't judge it if it's a good or bad, but I'm really like asking. And I have some clients who's like very happy to share like in a very detailed way. So I can actually can get access some really nice information what bars can do with them. And
What I notice is oftentimes when people have a feedback, they make it then an answer, and that's the trap. Because even if
uh-huh.
one session does this, does not mean every session will be like that. And that sometimes give that false impression. Like I once had it in a bars class, someone said, wow, now I can total sense how my heart opens up. Like, great, this is in this session, in this moment with this person. The next session can even be greater. But if you make this point creates this, you go to a conclusion, then you stick yourself. I always say, you put that into a box and then it can only be there in not that gigantic universe of possibilities in every moment. And I know it sounds like, what are you saying? But there's so much more available if we allow it to show up and not go to, this will happen. Because that's our mind works like this. Oh, now I know it does this. No, it does. It did do that in that one moment, but I'm so curious what can the next moment bring.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I totally get you. And yeah, I think
I
uh,
love when people are not stuck. I like, and if I can spot the stuckness, like, may I invite you just let that go and allow more to show up.
yeah. What would you say for that for me? Because I'm feeling like sharing experiences can help other people to invite. And I always, when I share an experience, and always write down that this happened to one person,
Mhm.
but you never know what can happen to you. But the reason I like to share what I experienced, what other people experienced with me, is because it can invite more people. And for example, like when something is so how to say, like so subtle that you can't really put into words, how can it get to people? I mean, no, I know I already know the question, know that I already know the answer with energy, of course. But what would you like? Don't you think that it's actually a good thing to share experiences, just to invite
I mean,
people and just to
everyone
give
is
ideas?
different. There's no right and wrong. Follow what you know. Like, and there's no right way to do that. It's like if you go with the stories, go with the stories. And like as I said, we all have these amazing stories. But this was for this moment, for this person, and where they also were ready. Like there's I love stories. Like I also tell stories. My story, I have so many client stories as well. And I always say, but don't do that as an answer. It's like how you do like when the dominoes are all standing, like it's one, it can like unravel so much more if you don't go for it. This is what happens. And that's how the mind works. It goes to an answer. But bars is not an answer. It's a gigantic possibility from moment to moment for me, yeah. So
Yeah. I like it. I like it. I like this. I can feel so much faith in this. Yeah, what you just said.
and I that's like what I see in the world. We are all so trained to go to answer, whilst so many of us work best when they go to question and go to that curiosity and go to that, what can we explore? Like it seems like it's okay for a kid to be like, what if we are all adult bodies and have still that curiosity of like, what can I find out today? Like, but we don't allow that to be anymore because like now you're an adult, now you have to be blah blah. No, we that's still there. And for me, like this is what the bars also tickle, that that curiosity, that really like what is true for you, like that you have that as a priority again and not just go with everyone else's point of view, which is not wrong. It is a choice, but you don't have to do that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I would like to wrap this up because I know like time is a valuable thing for a lot of people. So thank you so much, Sylvia, for this great conversation. And yeah, if you see this video and are curious and would like to know more about it, you can book sessions with both of us. And there are like people around the world, like in whole Denmark, around the world that run access bars. So yeah, find a practitioner. And if you say like, hey, Simone, I want to try that, reach out, let me know. I know people around the world, like we can get you in contact with someone. And yeah, I'm curious what it can create for you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. It was really nice to talk about it. I love to talk about that.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks for
Goodbye.
watching.